Hi guys, it's Annette. So today I'm not feeling the greatest. I've been sick for about a week and I don't know if it's allergies or sinuses. I need to work on my posture, damn it. So this week I just want to do some kind of like discussion podcast type of video. So today I want to discuss Dr. Emoto's philosophy and studies and books that he has with vibration, energy, and water. A lot of you guys are probably familiar with Dr. Emoto's work, such as his experiments with freezing water and his experiment with rice in water. These experiments he would do is I'll also include like photos and things so you can get a better idea, where he would get water and freeze it, and as he freezes it, he'll give it a different emotion, proving that vibration, emotions, and frequencies affect water or affect anything. Water, he might play heavy metal, rock music or something, or be angry with it, insult it. Another water, he will play good music, or he will compliment it, give it love and appreciation. The same experiment he would do with rice. He'll let rice absorb water, cook it. He'll have different jars. One will be joy, one will be fear, one will be anger, one will be love. And then he'll see how the rice takes after a few weeks and months and stuff. So with his studies, it shows or you can just leave it alone, leave the water alone and neglect it. It shows the ones that were neglect or were being yelled at or anything with lower vibrations. The water that was frozen would be very dark and jaggedy, and there wouldn't be a real pattern to it. Or the rice will be already black and mildew and went bad before it should have. The one that was praised and had love and joy, it will be a beautiful snowflake that's bright white, really cleansing color, like just a bright color with a beautiful pattern. And I'll show those examples here. And the rice with the good energy would be beautiful, good enough to eat, still white and voluptuous. So this goes and proves that energy travels. If you have bad energy in you and you don't release it, it could turn dark and ugly and turn into disease. All right, so it says that we're like my phone's so dirty, 60% water. So it shows that vibration, positive vibration, good things happen, negative vibrations, danger. So even if you're driving and someone cuts you off and you're like, oh, they didn't see you, they didn't hear you, but that person might have a bad day. If you're around somebody with bad energy, let's say you work somewhere, office job, and nobody wants to be there, but if you get stuck sitting next to somebody that always complains about the job every day, and it already sucks being there, so then the negativity falls into you, and then you start having a bad day, and the next day you stub your toe and run out of toothpaste, and you let that all get to you, and then everything starts going downhill because the vibrations are all just being passed. So knowing all this, and once I got into meditation and stuff, I live my life by vibrations. And a lot of people make fun of me because I've always been big into healthy mental health, and I'm big into feelings and mental health. I'm a Pisces. I'm sorry. But with that said, a lot of people make fun of me because mental health, spirituality, and politics all go hand in hand for me, and I can explain it, and it just goes back to vibrations, your beliefs, and it all goes back to having faith for me. And I'm not like a big Bible pusher. I was raised Catholic, but I wasn't really big into it. I became spiritual once I realized, like, with all this energy thing, there's something greater. So I don't like organized religion. I'm more of a omnius, I think it is, OMNIUS, where you find truth in all faiths, in all religions. I don't care if you think there's a big man in the sky named God. I don't care if you think it's an elephant with a bunch of arms. If you think it's a ball of energy. I don't care if you think it's an alien playing a video game and we're in the video game. There is something greater. I tend to agree with people that believe in source, something bigger, the universe, if we're even in a universe. Who really knows? I like playing devil's advocate, and I'm very unbiased on what we are doing here, and I like to think about it. How politics play a part into this now is your beliefs, your morals. More pretty much liberal in most ways, but right now in modern society, if you're not an extreme leftist, then you're a conservative. So I would call myself a conservative, since I do believe in source in something else. And I think the really pandemic or pandemic, the real epidemic. Yeah. The real epidemic is victim role, narcissist, running rapid. Most of the time, they don't believe in any kind of source or religion, which makes them create a false self for themselves, because they don't think they're worthy of anything. They don't think anyone else is worthy of anything. It's usually caused by trauma when they were a child, not getting the attention they wanted, coming from a family of maybe abuse, alcohol abuse, neglect, not having a loving, let's talk about your emotion kind of family. Untreated PTSD causes narcissist. It goes back to Dr. Emoto. Your emotions are there as an alert to tell you if you feel discomfort, if you feel jealousy, blame, whatever the negative vibrations are. It's an alert for you to go, hey, this is an issue. Let's meditate, work on it, go to therapy. Instead of a narcissist learning through their feelings, they're emotionally stunted. I come from a whole family of narcissists, so trust me, I know the signs, and there is narcissist abuse, because not only are they not working on their triggers, but they're spreading that negativity to everyone else. They're very insecure. They blame everyone for how their life turned out instead of taking responsibility and ownership and holding yourself accountable. They compare themselves to everybody because they're so insecure and hate themselves so much. It's a really sad thing to see. I think in today's society, it's trendy to be offended about everything that makes you a good person, which is just all the narcissists running rapid to where people are going online just to be bullies. It's cool to be bullies, for everyone to be so offended because of this, so offended because of that, because everyone internally hates themselves. It's just a really unhealthy way to live, to always be blaming. I heard this one thing once, that if you're always comparing yourself to people, the person you're comparing yourself to, or how does it go? People that are doing better off than you never compare themselves to you. I never compare myself to anybody because my life is completely different than everyone else's path and journey. I've always thought it's very healthy to compare yourself with yourself. How you're doing. Are you doing better than last year? Have you learned more than last year? Have you evolved more than last year? I remember when I was younger, and a lot of people say this, is like the Bible and religion and laws and all this is out there for us to not break any rules. Like, oh, abide by this and like whatever. But the older I get, it's not even about that. If you're lying, cheating, being jealous, blaming the world for your problems, then that's going to affect your health. Mentally, that's going to affect your life, how things go. Things aren't going to go up for you. Things are going to go down for you. That's going to affect any kind of disease you get. That's going to affect any relationships you have. It's going to affect everything in your life if you're living with all these lower vibrations. Like, it's proven if you're in a better mood, if things are going to go better for you. It's law of attraction. I'm sorry, there's like really loud neighbors right now. If you're a negative person, hate everybody, talk crap about everybody, then things usually probably don't go that well for you. I wish they taught meditation in schools. I mean, they teach the craziest shit in schools now. But like if they could teach meditation at a young age, elementary, there's guided meditation for kids, just to learn how to work through your emotions. Because when you get that negative feeling and negative thought, that is your trigger. That is your warning. Hey, this is what I have to work on, like I said before. But some people are so used to the depression and these negative feelings, they don't know anything better. Just throughout the years, this has worked for me best with just keeping high vibrations, working on any triggers I may have, learning, growing, taking accountability for myself. With Dr. Emoto's work and with the law of attraction, I mean, I don't see, like, okay, so I've been watching a lot of murder mysteries, like we all do. I'm not saying to anybody's family where anyone got murdered, like, but some families don't ever want to forgive the person. And like, we don't even have to say murders. Let's say if someone in your family, friend group, there was a fight, someone never forgave someone else. This is why they say it's so important to forgive somebody. And I used to not ever really understand it. But you don't even have to tell them you forgive them. You just have to forgive them inside of you. You have to work through the blame, the guilt, the resentment for yourself, for your own insides, so your insides don't turn black. Even if you are somebody that tries to keep their vibration up and worry about others too much, and you're constantly stressing about your loved ones, that's also lower vibrations. The worry, the stress is also not good, and we have to work through that. It's crazy. Your body is literally a tool telling you what needs to be tweaked and what needs to be fixed and what needs to be looked at in a different perspective. I try to meditate once a week. I used to meditate every day. And when you get into a good, healthy schedule of meditation, like if you leave the house without meditating, it's like leaving without your phone. Your thoughts are all over the place. Nothing really makes sense. Keeps you grounded and keeps you humble. All right, guys. So this is editing Annette here. I have a filter on because I look like shit. I'm growing in my eyebrows. First of all, let me start off by saying this video I'm editing is extremely old. But I was sick, so it was taking me a while to edit it, and then the file got corrupted. So if this ever ends up on the internet, it's really old. So what I wanted to say was that having a good meditation schedule, like leaving the house like well rested and grounded and meditated, feels like when you got all your errands ran, you got your to-do list checked off, you have your groceries checked off, you cleaned, you swept, you dusted, you just got your hair did, your nails did, your house is clean, you bought all the groceries, like you just feel productive and completed. Like everything feels at ease. I don't know. That's the best way I can explain it. It is getting extremely loud outside my window, so I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, before I wrap it up, you know how in other countries people like so or bless the water before getting it? It's because energy flows through everything. And that waiter that gave it to you could be having a bad day. So like it just shows